Zimbabwe Teachers Union joins the fight against Mnangagwa's term extension plans, parliament protest. Pane chikwata chinonzi ARTUZ kana kuti Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe chinova chamutsa a challenge yachiri kuita pamusoro paMnangagwa's CAB3 announce a parliament a protest. Vachiti iyo vane protest yavada kuita iri kunzi parliament protest yavari kubatanidza zvizhinji vachiramba nhau dzekuextendwa kweterm limit yava Mnangagwa pamwe chete nekunyunyuta vachichema-chema pamusoro pemubhadharo wavari kupiwa panhau yeudzidzisi basa ravari kuita. Kusangana kwatinoita pano pachano yenyu yeMagaba News patinobata nhau dzinoitika munharaunda nemunyika yedu yeZimbabwe tichiti kana pane vachangosvika ndiwo mukana wekubaya button rakanzi subscribe. Zuva ranhasi takabata nyaya yeThe Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe inova yasumuka ichiita musangano wayo unova uri musangano wavari kuramba pamusoro pe Constitutional Amendment Act No. 3 yakasainwa naVaMnangagwa. Chinova chiri chitiko chavauya vachiti vada kudefenda constitution yemunyika yeZimbabwe kuti bumbiro ra2013 rirambe riripo sezvaranga ringori. Ende pachitiko ichocho chikwata ichi chaiva chichitaura chichiti nyika yeZimbabwe inofanira kunge vari pautungamiri vachiwedzera salary kuvadzidzisi apo pavari kuti vachiti ivo a minimum monthly salary inofanira kuva $1.2 pa ticha wega anenge achidzidzisa pane kuti zvatiri kutambiriswa. Chinova chiri chitiko chavakola protest yavari kuti a parliamentary protest papost yavanyora iyo yandakuisira pascreen. So according to news, the Teachers Union mobilized against Mnangagwa's term extension plans a parliament protest. The Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, widely known as ARTUZ, has announced a series of resolutions that could shape its activities in the coming months during its National Executive Council meeting held on Saturday. The union adopted several measures focused on constitutional issues, teachers' welfare, and regional concern. One of the union's key resolutions is to join a broader consultation of civic group that oppose Constitutional Amendment Act No. 3, also known as CAB3. According to ARTUZ, the amendment raised concern about the country's constitutional frameworks and the democratic protection, and the union said defending the 2013 constitution will now become one of its central priorities. Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe also expressed concern over the amendment that critics say could allow President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term to extend beyond 2028. The union stated that it is intend to work with the People's Coalition in advocating for what it described as a protection of constitutional principles. However, it did not announce a specific date for any planned activity related to this campaign. Another major resolution focused on the Public Service Act. Teachers Union says it is preparing to organize a protest at Parliament to determine the urgent amendment to the Act so that it's aligned with the 2013 Constitution. The union questioned why Constitutional Amendment Act No. 3 moved through Parliament in a relatively short period, while changes to the Public Service Act had remained unresolved for years. Teachers Union urged that the legislation should clearly guarantee workers' rights, including the right to strike and engagement in collective bargaining. Teachers' salary were also a major topic during the meeting. Teachers Union resolved to continue demonstrating at the government office as part of its campaign for improved remuneration. The union is calling for a minimum salary, monthly salary of $1,260, which is say represent a living wage for educators. According to Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, improving teachers' pay remains essential for strengthening Zimbabweans education system and addressing the economic challenge facing education workers. A amalgamated rural teachers union of Zimbabwe also addressed the situation facing Zimbabwe return from South Africa following reports of Dudula to support affected families. The union announced a new initiatives called for the Bridge to Belong campaign. The campaign aims to create a database of returning teachers and learners while helping them reintegrate into Zimbabwe education system with minimum disruption. The teachers union said the program is intended to ensure that children continue their education, that returning teachers receive appropriate support. Overall, the union says its latest resolution reflects growing concern over constitutional matters, land, labor rights, education reforms, and social welfare. It believes this issue requires urgent attention, and it has pledged to continue advocating for change through lawful and peaceful means. At the discussions around Constitutional Amendment Act No. 3 continues, teachers union resolution added another voice to the national debate over governance, public sector reforms, and teachers' working condition. Whether these proposed lead to policy change remain to be seen, but the union has made it clear that constitutional issues, education, and workers' rights will remain at the center of its advocacy. Those are the latest developments surrounding Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe's National Executive Council resolution. As always, this issue continue to generate public discussions, and any future development will likely to shape the ongoing national conversation. Dona udziri kubuda ndo mashoko ari kubuda kune Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union wachiti aiwa tichaenda paparliament ipapo toita parliament demonstration yatichange tichiita tichidedzera zvichemo zvedu maererano nepei, maererano nezviri kusanganikwa zvakasiyana siyana munyika yedu yeZimbabwe, kuratidza kuti kuintroducwa kwakaitwa CAB3 iyi akuita kuti makona nemakona emunyika yeZimbabwe abude zvakasiyana siyana. What's your take on this issue? Ndizo nhau dzatakabata pano pa YouTube channel yenyu, nhau dzematongero enyika dzatiri kuigira pano paMagaba News.